If you listen carefully, you will hear a new framework or library screaming for your attention. Because you see, React, Angular, Vue, Svelte, it's not enough. We need more and more and more framework, and we need more time and more exhaustion because we have to spend tens, hundreds, thousands of hours learning new frameworks. But should we? I have personally learned 4 front-end frameworks. I've learned Angular, then React, then Vue, and lastly Svelte, plus a couple more that I just wanted to discover. What was the result? The result was that instead of keeping on increasing on my Angular skills, I became average on these 4 frameworks. I thought at first it was a good idea to be able to compare libraries and frameworks so I could have a better idea. I would be less opinionated than other people who just love or hate frameworks, and maybe that would allow me to become a better project manager or IT manager, whatever position I was tempted with 5-10 years ago. But I don't know why we developers tend to totally forget to simply have common sense. Would you prefer going to a restaurant where the guy knows how to cook 6 or 10 dishes, but who is average at every one of them? Or let's say a bakery. Would you prefer to go to a bakery where the guy knows how to cook an average apple pie, an average banana cake, an average whatever you want, rather than going to the place where the guy has got the best apple pie or the best banana bread or the best whatever you want? So you can immediately see that it's way more efficient and less stressful to focus on just one library or framework. So why did I have to do this? Actually, I had to switch from, actually not to switch, but to do it concurrently, to still use Angular and React. And also I had to switch to Vue simply because on top of being a programmer, I also was a technical trainer. So sometimes I had a customer and a former customer who would come back to me and ask me, could you train my team on Svelte? We have a new project and we need to use Svelte because there is a new senior developer who uses Svelte, so I want the rest of my team. Okay, no problem. Then I just had to review my Svelte skills and train the team, and then it was the same with other frameworks. So now it's 2023. I know that worldwide React won the framework war. So in France it's a bit different because lots of companies, especially big companies, use and prefer using Angular. But as I'm a full remote freelance developer, I have way more opportunities with React than with Angular. That's why now, and it's been the case now for almost a year, I've been focusing exclusively on React. And don't get me wrong, I still think Angular is a great framework, but I also think that the other frameworks or library I mentioned are also great, because all the guys behind these frameworks of our libraries, they are all excellent developers. They are better than I'll ever be. But there is absolutely no reason to lose time and to try to figure out what is the best framework or library. I'm totally over this, and I hope you also are. But one thing is certain, it's way better to be excellent at one framework or library than to be average on several ones. So what if you want to answer to a job ad in which they want you to know React and Angular and Vue and so on? It doesn't matter. You just can go to the job interview and be honest and say, okay, I only know React or Angular, but if you need me to, I can also learn this new framework. But frankly, applying to such a job in which you will be asked to know 2, 3 or 4 frameworks is a recipe for burnout, because then during the evening and the weekend you will be tempted to keep up with what you need to know about a specific framework, but not only what you need to know about a specific framework or library, but what you need to know about 2, 3, or 4 libraries and frameworks, and then you will burn out because you will spend half of your weekend or maybe all weekend to figure out what's new in Angular. Or there is a new version of Angular, I need to quickly see what's new, and I need to create a couple of proof of concepts to master the new things. And then you will say, oh, now in React, it was already 3 years ago, but hooks were really a big thing and still are in React. So you would need to learn to use hooks on top of classes components. And then suddenly you will see, Vue 3 now is really something I need to learn. So then you spend evenings and weekends switching from Vue 2 to Vue 3. This is what happened to me. Now the question is, which library or framework should you choose? I have a video exactly on this topic. See you there.